Oh, hella beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm B, and on this channel we help you improve your confidence by way of compliments using the wonderful world of fragrance. If this is your second video or more, we ask that you hit the subscribe button so you can come back to rock with your boy. Listen, I know it's that time again where many offices are opening back up and saying, please come on in, return to work. Apple was recently in the headlines stating that, hey, it's time for our people to come back into the office. And therefore, that means you, my friend, need to smell great. I know that many of you will be working in a hybrid situation where you spend some time at home and some time in the office, but the times that you are in the office, you want to make sure you are the best smelling person there, and your boy comes in right there to help you. So now that you know what we're doing, let's go ahead and get down to Big Beard Business. Now, I kick this list off with an honorable mention, and this fragrance is this sophisticated, long-lasting, masculine marine fragrance, and it comes from Armani, and this one is Armani's Acqua di Gio Profumo. Now, Profumo is just one of the many flankers within this series, and there are new ones out, Profundo Lights, etc. But we're talking about this one. This one here is a great catch-all fragrance for the office. If you want something that's simple, as easy as grab, spray, go, then this is one of those fragrances that you can really dumb reach and go in the office with style and class. Now, what I'll tell you is that because of that, this fragrance is often worn in office situations, so you may end up smelling like the person next to you in the next office or the next cubicle. So we can pass on this, or you can wear it. But what I'm urging you to do is check out some of the other fragrances in the list today, because they could help you. And the first fragrance on our list today comes from the house of Prada. Now, most people would think that this would be Prada Cologne, but that's not quite my style. The fragrance that we're talking about today is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Now, I believe that this one came out in 2016, 2017, and this one is this modern fougere fragrance that also has a seductive feel to it, so you can get those compliments while in office and still smell professional. As I mentioned, this one is a modern fougere, so this one has the infused note of ambroxan within its fragrance. You also have some radiant wood notes and some patchouli within its fragrance to help provide this warmth to a masculine scent. It's a fragrance that kind of smells like Dior Sauvage, but better in my humble opinion, especially when compared to the EDT. Now, I've talked about this one for years. A lot of you have hit me up like, yo B, I enjoy it, and if you have not, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Cheaper than Dior Sauvage and a bit better than Dior Sauvage as well. Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Now, if you know anything about me and this channel, then you know you're not going to get a fragrance list for the office without including this fragrance. And this one comes from Chanel. This one is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Now, personally, I don't care if you go with Parfum, Parfum, or the EDT. Grab whichever one best suits you. But to me, Parfum is the way to go. I am a huge fan of this series of fragrances, and they do extremely well. The company looks at this fragrance as fresh, clean, sensual, bold, and I have to agree 100% that I get all of those same feelings and emotions when I think about this scent. If you're heading into the office to step out of the box, then you have to do so with a fragrance that does that. This fragrance is said to be for the man who defies modern convention, and that is you, my friend. So be sure to add Bleu de Chanel Parfum, EDT, or Eau Parfum into your collection and into your fragrance rotation when it comes down to the office. You will not regret it. Now, as we go to the midway point on today's list, this fragrance happens to be the most expensive on today's list, but it is nice. Okay, this fragrance comes from Parfum de Marly, and this fragrance is Greenley. All right, now Greenley is this fresh splash of fruit, and it's just really apple, bergamot, and a super enjoyable scent. The good people over at Parfum de Marly describe this fragrance as a blast of pure energy, okay? And I could see that when you spray this fragrance. Not only does it spray masterfully, it smells like a masterpiece, and you get a lot of that green apple, that bergamot within this fragrance. It also comes off smooth when you open it as well. There's this cashmere wood there, but you also get wood in the mid and in the base of this fragrance to really provide you this fresh, woody fragrance that really smells like sophistication to me. You can dress this thing up in the office and be the best smelling person there for sure. Greenley from Parfum de Marly is on today's list. Now we're going from the most expensive fragrance on today's list to probably, yeah, for sure, the most inexpensive fragrance on today's list, or the least expensive fragrance on today's list. And this one comes from the house of Armaf, and this one is Armaf's Milestone. Now Milestone is a recreation of a fragrance that is expensive and would likely be one of the more expensive fragrances on today's list if it was there, but I wanted to provide you some variety in today's list. All right, so this one here is Milestone, as I stated, which is a recreation of Creed's Millésime Imperial. This fragrance really does work, and it does some things that people really complain about in terms of the original. So some people complain that the original does not last long on them, they are not happy with the performance, etc., and that's where Armaf comes in. One, you can save a little bit, so if you wanted to take this one along with you, reapply, you could do so, but that really isn't necessary because this one has good performance for sure. So if you're looking for a fragrance that has that fresh, let's call it bright, we're going to call it unique in a sense that it's mimicked after a unique scent, then you can really go with this one. This is one of those fragrances you can grab as you begin to work your way up the ladder and get into something that is a little bit more official, a little bit more high-end, a little bit more niche, but this fragrance does work. The entire, I won't say the entire Armaf series because that's not true, all right? But a lot of these Armaf fragrances do really well. We look at Club de Nuit Intense Man. You obviously have Milestone and their latest release of the Silver Mountain Water one, which I believe is a Sillage. That fragrance really does extremely well for me as well. So be sure to check Milestone out from the house of Armaf. And the final fragrance we're going to talk about today is this earthy, woody fragrance that has notes of citrus and woods in there as well. For it to be a earthy, woody fragrance, it must have woods. And the fragrance that I'm talking about is Gentleman Givenchy from Givenchy. All right, this fragrance has become a classic when it comes down to fougere fragrances in the modern take, and this fragrance will definitely work for you in office. How do I know? Well, there were some guys who wore this fragrance in the office that I was once in Florida, and this thing really does work. It smells great. It's easy on the pockets, and I think that is one of the cool things about it as well, especially if you're beginning in the fragrance world. You don't want to spend all of your money on trying to smell nice because you must look nice as well, and you also have to have money for lunch, okay? So make sure that you are getting your nose on a fragrance like this. And what I can tell you, although I did mention that I did have people within my workspace that were using this fragrance, I can tell you that this one is not one that you're going to smell on a consistent basis. All right, so you can purchase this one with confidence and know that not everyone that you come across is going to have this fragrance on, and it does have this professional feel to it. When you think of this one, iris, pear, lavender, crisp fragrance, all in all. Rock this thing with confidence. You could be 18, you could be 40, you're still going to enjoy this scent. All right, you also have the Eau de Parfum version as well for those darker, more intense and bold situations. You can check out that one as well. So those are fragrances that I have on my list for you if you're looking to smell good in your return to work, hitting the office up. Hybrid work environment, full-time office, either way, you're going to be good to go. Let me know any additional fragrances you would include on your list because I have a lot more, but I wanted to give you 5 that we don't talk about all the time. So there you have it. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.